everybody, welcome back to the channel. So right off the bat, that little introductory clip is unprocessed and raw. So that is just the Sire going through my audio interface into Logic, and I'm using amp room from Softtube, just the amp head and the cabinet. So I wanted it to sound as raw as possible. No post-processing, no EQ, no compression, no nothing. And the reason why I did that is I don't do guitar reviews on this channel. I'm taking the perspective of somebody who's got a home studio, and I wanted a versatile guitar that had that stratty type of sound. And I agonized over this and watched tons of videos trying to pick up, well, you know, the tone in that one little part that he played is just a little more Fender-y than the other one. And honestly, in a mix, nobody's going to notice and nobody's going to care what guitar that you played. So hopefully the information that you'll get from this will help you steer you towards the right one, but I'm in the camp of I could never buy a guitar that I haven't played for a few hours. So first, let's talk about what you get in the box. It came in this box. I opened it, there was a guitar in it, and it was wrapped with this. Riveting stuff, huh? It also came with a whammy bar and some Allen keys. So no gig bag, no nothing else. And next, let's talk price. All right, reshoots are inevitable. So when I was putting together the screenshots of the prices, I found out that the prices have changed. So I paid $10.49 for my Sire. They're now $11.49. They're out of stock in most places. There's still one in stock in the store that I bought it from. So I guess they raised the price by $100, and I was wrong. It is the Stratocaster Player Series that was $11.99. It's actually now $12.59. And the Player Plus is $15.95, and the Silver Sky, just for good comparison, is $11.49. So sorry about that on the prices. And I've got this stuff up on screen. Most people would be cross-shopping this with either a Squire or a Stratocaster, a Fender Player, a Player Plus, a Pacifica. Ibanez makes an S-style guitar. I'm going to leave a link in the description for 10 different S-style guitars to suit all budget ranges, but for me it was down to the PRS Silver Sky, this Sire, or a Fender, and that might have been the 75th anniversary, which I really liked, or the Player or the Player Plus. So first, let's get into features. So first of all, my God, look at this thing. Hopefully this comes through okay. I'm recording this on the front-facing camera of my iPhone because my main camera just decided it wants to stop recording randomly. So hopefully the splendor of this thing is coming through, because man, this just, yeah. I walk by this thing, I hug it goodnight, I hope it has a good sleep. You know, I come say hi to it in the morning with my coffee. It's very unhealthy, the relationship that I've kind of developed with this thing. Even in the store, I got this from London Guitars, which is in Music City in London, Ontario, because they're the only place anywhere near me that has them. The guy had to dig it out of the back because it wasn't on the shelf, and it was the first one I played in the store, and I went, I'm buying this. But I was still in the store for 2 hours or 3 hours trying everything else out. And while I was trying those other guitars, I was carrying this thing around like this and growling at people that were coming near me. That's how much I just absolutely love this thing. So feature for feature, if you're comparing it to an equivalent Fender, this has the advantage with locking tuners, a bone nut instead of plastic or synthetic. It's got a roasted maple neck, well, according to the specs, a roasted hard maple neck, rounded fret edges, Abalone fret dots, flame top. It's just absolutely gorgeous. 5-position switch, HSS design, so humbucker, single, volume and tone. And I actually thought I got a Frankenstein version of it, because when I was taking the plastic off, I noticed that the tone and the volume knobs were reversed, and when I was going to fix that, the tone knob that's labeled volume popped out. So I emailed them and I said, did I get a Frankenstein guitar, or did I get a return or something like that? And he said, nope, the late 2022 models now have that push. So push knob for tone, so you can split the humbucker, which is just fantastic. So feature for feature, even just when I was comparing the hardware, like the tremolo, the way it's set up, and the quality of work on the fretboard, this looked and felt like a higher quality guitar than the Fender. But my brain was still who doesn't want a Fender? I mean, you'd have to be out of your mind if you didn't want a Fender. There's such beautiful guitars. This thing is a bit lighter. I think it's about 1.5 pounds lighter. So feature for feature wise and price wise, for less money, I think it's $200 less in the US than the equivalent Fender. It's an absolute no-brainer. So number one, feel I think would matter most, because depends on what your goals are for wanting this style guitar. So are you just a hobby player playing in your basement? You know, if you're an intermediate or advanced guitar player, you're not watching this video anyway. So I'm guessing most people watching this are hobbyists, or they record their own music at home. Maybe they do some overdubs, maybe they play with a band and they want that kind of stratty kind of sound. I would have absolutely no problem saying this is the best S-style guitar out there, bar none. And the other ones are very good. The PRS Silver Sky is a very good guitar, but what I didn't like about it was how compressed the plugins, the pickups. My natural playing position is normally here. And what I found with the PRS Silver Sky is the bridge and the tremolo is moved up a little bit, and it's got really rough edges on it. So I was always scraping my hand on it, and it just was not comfortable to play. But sound-wise and everything, it did sound fantastic, but that made it the deal breaker for me. The deal breaker on the Fender was, it was too heavy, and I wasn't willing to pay $150 more for something with just obvious, in my eyes, flaws. So not having a rounded fretboard, which makes this really comfortable to play, and even the edges on the frets just were not as clean and as nice as this. And I love the way a lot of these Fenders looked. I really wanted a sunburst Fender that I could walk by in my studio every day and check out. So that's really the reasons why I got this. So let's stop the blabbing. I'm going to leave links in the description for the videos that helped me. So if you are interested in the one-to-one comparisons between, you know, a Squier and a Fender and this and a PRS Silver Sky, you can check those out. If you want to hear some of the raw playing examples, these are just going to be raw, no processing whatsoever. And then the intro clip that I did, there's a full processed version at the end, so you can hear this beast in all its glory. So that's it for this video, unless you want to stick around for some of those examples. Thank you so much for watching. Drop me a comment as well, because like I said, I don't do guitar reviews, so hopefully this was helpful for you. Remember to hit like and subscribe. See you next time.